Hey everybody, Mrmathblog here, and this lesson is just some review ideas that'll get us ready for our upcoming tests. So let's just go ahead and begin here. So here's some vocabulary. So the blank states that multiplying a sum by a number is the same as multiplying each addend in the sum by the number and then adding the products. Okay, well that's the distributive property. Do you remember that, you guys? The distributive property? So we have lots of examples on that. So let's go ahead and get started with these. So let's complete each sentence. So 9,000 is 10 times as much as. Okay, well if it's 10 times as much, then this one has one more zero than the next number than if it's 10 times as much, okay? So let's just take off a zero, and that's going to give us 900 right there. All right, 70 is 1/10. Well, 1/10 means that this is going to have one less zero than this number right here. So if it's 1/10 of a number, this one must have one more zero, so this one's going to be 700 right there, okay? So let's complete each equation. So tell which property we use. So 5 times the quantity 11 plus 13 equals, looks like we have a blank right here and 5 plus 13. Okay, so what we did is we used the distributive property. We did 5 times 11 plus this plus right here, 5 times 13. Okay, so the distributive property is used a lot in this lesson here, so in this chapter. How about this one? 37 plus 84 equals blank plus 37. Okay, well that one's the commutative property. We just reverse these numbers. Remember, they commuted around this addition sign. Remember, like when I drive to work, I drive to work in my truck. I commute to work in my truck. Well, these numbers are commuting over this addition sign right here. So that's why it's called the commutative property of addition. How about this one here? Here we have 16 plus 14 plus 27 in parentheses, and then we move the parentheses here, so we're going to put the 14 right here. And so this one's called the associative property. Instead of associating these two numbers first, we're going to associate 16 and 14 first. Okay, because 16 plus 14 those are nice numbers. They add up to 30, so 30 plus 27. This sum would be 57. It'd be easier to add 16 and 14 first. Okay, associative property, so that's the answer. All right, find the value. So 10 squared is 10 times 10, or 100. 5 times 10 to the third is going to be 5 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is 10 to the third, or 5,000. And you can just think about it, you guys. This is this number right here with this many zeros. If it's times 10 to a power, then you just add that many zeros for that. Let's use that on this one here. This one's 9 times 10 to the fourth, so this one's going to be a 9 with 4 zeros, a 9 with 4 zeros. Whoops, that's only 3 zeros. I goofed on that one. A 9 with 4 zeros. I was just thinking if I goofed on that, should be another 0 right there. Okay, and so that comma shouldn't be there. It should be right there. All right, does your teacher goof up a lot in your class? I know I do. My students are always correcting me. All the time, every day it seems like I make mistakes. All right, okay, so here we have something like this. So let's estimate these products, and then we'll find the sum. Okay, so let's estimate this one here. This one's close to 600, and we'll just keep this as 7. And then so 6 times 7 is 42, so 600 times 7 is 42 with a couple of zeros. Okay, so there it is, estimated right there. 6 times 7 is 42, and then add these two zeros on it, so 4,200. Okay, so our answer is going to be, and since this is less than 600, our answer is going to be a little less than 4,200. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and multiply here. So I did all of that right here. I did 7 times 9 is 63, and then we carried here's the 3 ones and the 6 tens up here for 63. And then we did 7 times 8 tens is 56 tens, and then we added the regrouped 10, so 56 plus 6 is 62 tens, so there's my 62, so there's the 2, and we carried the 6 right there, and then 7 times 5 is 35, plus 6 is 41, so 4,123, and that's a little bit less than that one. Okay, let's estimate this one here. Okay, so this one, we'll round this one to 8,000, so 8,000 times 9 is going to be 72 with 3 zeros. Okay, 8,000, so we did 8 times 9 is 72, and then added those 3 zeros. Since this is more than 8,000, then our product should be more than 72,000, okay? So then if I multiplied all those right there, 9 times 7 is 63. There's the 6. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 6 is 15, so there's the 5, and there's the 1 for the 15. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 1 is 28. There's the 8, and there's the 2, and then finally 9 times 8 is 72, plus 2 is 74. So this is a little bit more than that right there. So 74,853. Okay, let's estimate here. Round this one to 400, round this one to 60, so 4 times 6 is 24. So we'd add these two zeros and this zero right here, so it's 24 with 3 zeros. All right, now since this is more than 400 and this is more than 60, our product is going to be more than 24,000 right there. Okay, so there's the 1. When I multiply this 2 through, I get 852. Now we're going to multiply the 6 through, 6 tens, but since we're multiplying by tens, do you remember there's a 0 right here and the 1's spot right here? Then we multiply the tens right here. So when we multiply those tens, we get 2556. Okay, and then we add those partial products right there down at the bottom. So when we add those, we get 26,412, and that's a little bit more than 24,000. So we know we're in the ballpark right there. Okay, so let's use the multiplication and the distributive property to find the quotient. Okay, so 57 divided by 3. So, and then over here is 9. Oh, that's right. I did these kind of side by side. 96 divided by 6. Okay, so our related multiplication sentence is 3 times what number is going to get us 57, and this one is 6 times what number gets us 96 right there, okay? So then we can break down the 57 into numbers that are good multiples of 3. See, 57 is the same as 30 plus 27, and this is 3 times 10, this is 3 times 9. Over here, 96 is the same as 60 plus 36, and those are good multiples of 6 also, okay? So what we're going to do is think of 3 times what gets us this number, 3 times what gets us this number. Over here, 6 times what gets us 60, and 6 times what gets us 36, and that'll give us that 57. Okay, so 3 times 10 is 30, 3 times 9 is 27. Over here, 6 times 10, and this one's 6 times 6. Okay, so we add up those numbers there. So 10 plus 9 is 19. Over here, it's going to be 10 plus 6. Okay, so we get 19 and 16. Now, those are our unknowns right here. So this 19 is going to go here, and this 16 is going to go here, okay? So now, we now know 57 divided by 3 is this 19. This 19 goes here, and then 96 divided by 6 is this right here, because it's our related multiplication problem right there, okay? Pretty slick. All right, so let's circle the correct answer here. So Ellie makes $40,000 a year. Margaret makes 1/10 as much as Ellie. How much does Margaret make a year? Well, 1/10 would be 1 less 0. So we'll just take off one of these zeros. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 zeros. So it's going to be choice C on that one right there. Okay, so 1/10 means 1 less 0, so choice C. All right, Rachel makes $45 a week babysitting. Which expression can be used to show how much money she makes in 9 weeks? Okay, well, our problem is asking for whatever 9 times 45 is, because she has 9 weeks and $45 a week. And since 45 equals 40 plus 5, then we have 9 times, instead of 45, it's 9 times 40 plus 5. So if we use the distributive property, 9 times 40 and 9 times 5 gets us that one right there. Is that one of the choices up there? You bet, it's choice B. Okay, let's see. Dingle Elementary School gets 80 reams of printer paper each week. Each ream contains 500 sheets of paper. How many sheets of printer paper are there? Okay, well, we're going to multiply 80 times 500, okay? So what's 8 times 5? 8 times 5 is 40, and then we just add these 3 zeros. This one right here, and these two right here, and I think I color-coded that right there, yeah. So here's 8 times 5 is 40, that blue 40, and these red zeros come from these 3 right here. So 40,000, so it's going to be choice C right there, okay? All right, what else do we have? Woodland, California has a population of about 90,000 people. What is that number written as a whole number multiplied by a power of 10? Okay, well, 90,000 people is the same as 9 times 10,000 people, and 10,000 is the same as 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, or 4 tens. So 9 times 10 to the 4th right there, okay? All right, so let's see. Anthony used the following expression to find the quotient of a division problem. So he has 4 times 12 plus 4 times 6. Okay, which division problem is that quotient? Okay, this kind of sort of confused me looking at all of these right here, but I did know that this was a distributive property right here. This comes from 4 times 12 plus 6, because if we did 4 times 12 plus 6, it would be 4 times 12, that's what that says, plus 4 times 6. Okay, that's what that says. All right, well, 12 plus 6 is 18. So this is 4 times 18. So we're looking for numbers with 4 and 18. Well, this one doesn't have a 4 and 8. It has a 4, doesn't have an 18. Has a 4, doesn't have an 18. Okay, it's this one. And but also, besides, you guys, 4 times 18 equals 72. So we get choice D on that one. Okay. Hey, if you guys could, would you guys click like on this video? And hey, good luck on your test. I hope you do great. Take care.